So hello, in this video I'm gonna solve this number of ways to paint n cross 3 grid. This is the daily problem of I guess 3rd of January. So I'm given a grid of size n cross 3, so it will always be something like this. So always have 3 columns and however many number of rows, and my task is that I can color these 3 with any of the colors R, Y or G. I'll just call them RGB right now because who the hell writes Y. So I'll just color them with R, Y, G, and while making sure that no adjacent cells have the same color. So I cannot have something like this R R or ऊपर नीचे भी R R. I can always have something like R G B and इसके नीचे मतलब सेम कलर नहीं आना चाहिए, तो फिर दिस कैन बी B, इसके नीचे सेम कलर नहीं आना चाहिए, दिस कैन बी R, इसके नीचे आना चाहिए तो ये दिस कैन बी G. तो इस टाइप के कलर्स आई कैन हैव, बट आई कैन नॉट हैव समथिंग लाइक RGB और RGB or something like RGB or GR something like that, because यहाँ पे नीचे सेम कलर आ जाएगा. ओके, so this is my task and I have to find out कि what is the number of ways I can color this thing like this. Okay, so the answer must be the given n the number of rows of the grid, return the number of ways you can paint this grid. Okay, ठीक है. So this is my task, this is the first example. So don't think of this as one grid, this is like this entire thing is just one grid, this is just one grid, this is one grid. So given n is equals to 1, so उसमें obviously एक ही column होगा, मतलब एक ही row होगी, and there are 3 columns. So this is the just the basically root case जहाँ पे I am given this. तो how many ways I can color this, तो दिस कैन बी फाउंड आउट बाय सिंपल परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन. चलो ठीक है, मेरे पास 3 एरियाज़ हैं. ठीक है, मेरे को 3 कलर्स दे के रखे हैं. हेयर आई कैन कलर यूजिंग 3, हेयर आई कैन कलर यूजिंग 2, हेयर आई कैन कलर यूजिंग 2, बिकॉज यहाँ पे मेरे पास 3 ऑप्शन है एंड आई कैन नॉट हैव द एडजेसेंट कलर सिमिलर टू दिस वन, तो आई कैन ओनली हैव 2 ऑप्शन हेयर. सिमिलरली आई ओनली हैव 2 ऑप्शंस हेयर. Okay, so pretty simple here. So I can have 3 cross 4, that is 12 options, and my handwriting is bad because I was just taking a walk in 13-14 degrees Celsius. So my hands are kind of frozen, so just don't mind the handwriting. Okay, so this is my task and I have to find out the ways to solve it. Okay, so I was when I was trying to solve it, I was obviously trying for multiple hit and trial approaches where I tried, okay, I thought this can be solved by a math, but no, there is a recursive way to solve it. And one way how I came across it was I was kind of trying to get to this way on my own, and I kind of did, but I skipped past it. Like मेरे पास दिमाग में आइडिया आया था, I worked for on it for a while, but then I just moved on it and got back to the math solution. But turns out it was the correct solution, and I am just gonna import that image right now, and I will tell you how to think of this image as well. But let me just give this image as a hint right now, so if anyone wants to do it on their own, they can think of this idea. Okay, yep, here it is. So think of this image here. Okay, I'm not gonna tell anything more about this, just this is the biggest hint you're gonna get. Okay, now I'm gonna jump to my solution for this. So देखो, let's think about the first row itself. Okay, so I'm going to use RGB here because I don't like writing Y, है ना. तो it's the answer is gonna be same anyways, so who cares. ठीक है, तो I'm gonna start with RGB. ठीक है, तो let's think about it. RGB मेरे नीचे क्या क्या आ सकता है ना, बिकॉज इफ़ आई नो दिस, तो हाउ आई स्टम्बल्ड अक्रॉस इट वॉज दैट आई वॉज वर्किंग ऑन अ मैथ सोल्यूशन ना. तो आई थॉट कि ओके, इफ़ आई हैव 3, आई वॉन्ट टू नो इसके नीचे कितने तरीके आ सकते हैं, देन आई वॉन्ट टू नो उसके नीचे कितने तरीके आ सकते हैं. तो मान लो इधर कितने, अभी के लिए एज्यूम कर लो 6 तरीके आ सकते हैं ना, मतलब 12 आ सकते हैं, तो 12 ही मान लो, 12 आ सकते हैं ना. तो आई वॉन्टेड टू फाइंड आउट कि इसके नीचे कितने आ सकते हैं. तो मेरे वाले में 4 आ रहे थे, इधर में नीचे कितने आ सकते हैं, 4 आ सकते हैं. तो मैं ऐसे ऐसे करके निकालने की सोच रहा था, फिर मैं उसको मल्टीप्लाई करके आंसर निकाल लेता. दिस इज़ हाउ आई स्टम्बल्ड अक्रॉस दिस मेथड, ऑल्दो when I was trying it, I skipped past it, and then I looked at that image that I showed you above, and then I got my answer. So did not have to take any help, any sort of video wali help for this question. This was pretty intuitive once you got the right method. So let's think of this right now. Okay, so RGB, how what can I have here, है ना. तो I can have GRB, not B, GBR, I can have this, है ना. Similarly, for RGB, I can have something like RGB here. I can just swap them, है ना. Or RGB, I can have something like GBR, GBG, because GBR I think we covered it, yes. And I can have RGB, इस B की जगह कुछ नहीं, बस R रख दो, तो GRG. तो these are the four combinations I can have below RGB, something like this ना. Similarly, if I had something like say GRB, है ना, नोटिस यहाँ पे मैं एक पैटर्न बना रहा हूँ GRB, मतलब कोई सा भी कलर रिपीट नहीं हो रहा है ना ऊपर की तरफ, तो यहाँ पे भी आई कैन हैव RG और समथिंग R, है ना, GRB. I can have B, not B, I can have not G either, so I can have R and B here, and GRB. I can have B, GR, GRB. I can have R, B, not B, I can have G, B, R, है ना. If you want to think of any other way you can, but you won't find any other combination for this, because the max possible number of combinations for a combination that is something like X, Y, Z, where no color is repeating, you can have at max 4 number of combinations following this combination. तो अगर मेरे पास कोई सा भी combination है which is like which does not have a repeating color X, Y, Z, A, B, C, anything like that, I can have 4 unique patterns following this one. Okay, so let me call this one as type T1, and you will know why I'm calling this type, why I'm giving this a type, because the next type is that we have something like this, we have repeating colors, है ना. तो if I have something like GBG, what can follow this? Okay, so let's just continue from here only. What can follow GBG? GBG, I can have R, B, R, G, R. I can have something like G, not G, B, B, G, or I can have something like R, G, R, or B, R, or B, R, B. Or for unique patterns, I can have B, G, R, and R, B, G. You can see all of these are allowed to follow this one. You don't have any repeating colors like iske niche, you don't have a similar color anywhere. Okay, so this is the combination I can have for type 2 of colors, right? तो मेरे पास एक type 1 बन गया जहाँ पे I have X, Y, Z, that is non-repeating colors, non-repeating colors, and I have a type 2 which is X, Y, X type, where I can have repeating colors. Okay, and only these two types exist. See, I have laid out a lot of combinations in front of you, and you can see that I only have these two types of combinations only. So RGB, this is the type of non-repeating. GRB, this is a type of non-repeating. GBG, this is a type of repeating. BGR, this is a non-repeating. RBR, this is a type of repeating. So we only have these two types. Now from these examples, what I wanted to illustrate is that let me isolate these ones. Okay, let me copy this one, and okay, we already have a new page. Get pasted, yes. And similarly for this one, let me paste this one. Missed it. Okay, see, this is a type 2 combination, this is a GRB is a type 1, है ना. तो we are checking what can follow type 2 combination and what can follow a type 1 combination. So see, for a type 1 combination, you can have these 4 combinations only, right? I told you before also, you can check for more, but at max you can have 4 following combinations for a type 1 combination. And similarly for a type 2 combination, you can have 6 following combinations for a type 2 combination, right? So for type 1 combination, you can have 4 combinations, like 4 followers, and for type 2 combination you can have 6 followers. Now let's think about it. Okay, for this type 2 combination, what you saw is that 4 of these combinations themselves are of type 2 type, right? So now I think you're might be like hinting towards recursion. So for this type 2, you have 4 itself of type 2, and then leftover 2 are of type 1. For this 4 we have two type 2 combinations and one type 1 combination. See, this is a type 2, this is a type 2, this is a type 1, this is a type 1. Okay, so let me write this on again. So for a type 1 combination I have two type 1 and two type 2, and for a type 2 combination I can have three more type 2s and one more type 1. Okay, now what I wanted to think about is that we will be solving this problem from top to down. Okay, so suppose I'm given n is equals to 3. Okay, now for n is equals to 3 I have my first row, I have my second row, and I have my third row. Okay, I want to figure out how many combinations exist for these each of these rows. Okay, so if I know that this first row it has a certain number of type 1 combinations and certain number of type 2 combinations, so I can start drawing a recursion tree from here. Okay, so if I have type 1 combination, so I can figure out, okay, this type 1 combination gives birth to two type 1 and two type 2 combinations. Okay, and I have a certain number of type 2 combinations here as well, so these can give birth to they give birth to three type 2 combinations and two type 1 combinations, है ना? Now again this is for second row. Again I can figure out, okay, these two type 1 combinations, each of them can give birth to another two type 1 and two type 2 combinations. This can give birth to three type 2 and two type 1. Similarly 3t2, 2t1 and 2t2, 2t1, 2t2. If I add this, do you think I will get the total number of like combinations, right? So my task is to basically call a solve function for the number of type 1 combinations and solve function for number of type 2 combinations and basically add them up. Okay, and this type 1 and this type 2 basically goes for the first row only. Okay, now my task is to figure out how many type 1 and how many type 2 combinations exist for my row 1. Okay, it is pretty simple, you can just count from this photo itself. See, you could have listed them out on your own, but this photo is given, so I just thought, okay, this might be helpful. Yes, so let me pick a good color. Yep, I think this will do. No, black should do. Okay, this is a type 2. Okay, that is too thick. This is a type 2, this is a type 2, this is a type 1, this is a type 1, this is a type 1, type 2, type 1, type 2, type 2, type 1, type 1, type 1, 1 2 3 4 5, there should be 6 of them. I think, yeah, this is a type 2, type 2. Okay, so we have 6 of these. Okay, so 6 type 2 and there are total 12 here, so 6 type 1. Okay, this is for first row. So I have my total number of combination as 6 type 2 and 6 type 1 here. Okay, so let me solve it for n is equals to 3 here only. So I have 6 type 1 combinations. This will yield, each of this t1 will yield 2 t1 and 2 t2. Each of this t2 will yield 3 t2 and 2 t1. 2 t2 will yield 2 t1 and again 2 t2. So we can just multiply these. Okay, so we have 6 combinations, each of them will yield 2 t1 and again each of them will yield 2 t2. So this is 6 into 2 into 2. Similarly for this path here, this is 6 into 2 into 2. For here it is 6 into 2 into 3. Here we have 6 into 2 into 2. 12 to the 24, 6 to the 12, 12 to the 24, 6 to the 18, 18 to the 36, 36 ही होता है ना, 8 to the 16, 18 to the fuck my 36, yes, 6 to the 12, 12 to the 24, yes. Now for the combination of T2, okay, I have 6 T2s, so each of them will give me 3 T2 and 2 T1. Here also 3 T2, 2 T1, 2 T2, 2 T1. 6 3 is 18, 18 3 is 54, 6 3 is 18, 18 2 is 36, 6 2 is 12, 12 2 is 24, 6 2 is 12, 12 2 is 24. if I just add all of these up now, I will get my solution. So plus 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 plus. I think the answer should come around 246, 244, something something. I know for n is equals to 2, answer was 54, and if you want to calculate that, let me just do that as well. 6 t2 to 6 to 3 t2 and 2 t1. Similarly 61 to 2 t2 and 2 t1. 6 3s are 18, 6 2s are 12, plus 6 2s are 12, प्लस 6 2s are 12, 2 4 6, 6 8 14 की 4, कैरी ओवर 1 2 3 4 5, ठीक है। तो ये 54 एंड दिस वाज द कैनोनिकल आंसर एज वेल। तो ठीक है, मैच हो रहा है। नाउ हाउ द हेल डू आई कोड दिस अप, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम। ओके, सो लेट मी कॉपी वन ऑफ दीज, द प्रिटियर वन। Okay, so what I am doing is I'm calling a solve function, and for the solve function I should have some sort of data, right? So I have first of all I am giving the type, I am giving the level here. You will see the relevance of level in a second, and I am passing here a number. So for every solve function what I am doing is, if type is equal to 2, then I am calling a number into solve of टाइप इज इक्वल्स टू 2 है, तो मैं टाइप 1 को पास कर रहा हूँ। टाइप 1 के कितने बनेंगे मेरे पास? 3, है ना। और मेरे पास लेवल प्लस 1 हो जाएगा, और इधर प्लस सॉल्व ऑफ टाइप 2 के कितने बनेंगे? मेरे पास इधर 2 होना चाहिए, मेरे पास टाइप 2 के 3 बनेंगे। टाइप 2 इज गिविंग बर्थ टू 3 ऑफ इट्स ओन, तो टाइप 2 3 ऑफ इट्स ओन एंड अगेन लेवल प्लस 1। इफ टाइप equals to 1, then what I am doing is number into solve of 1 comma level plus 1 comma 2, solve of 1 comma level plus 1 comma 2, and here it should be 2. And what I am doing is कि if my level equal to n, then I should just simply return number. क्यों? देखो यहाँ पे मेरा लेवल n है ना, तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? 3 को रिटर्न कर दे रहा हूँ, है ना। अब क्या हो रहा है? 3 इंटू 3 हो रहा है, और वो ऊपर जाके क्या हो रहा है? 3 इंटू 6 हो रहा है, ठीक है। अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? 2 रिटर्न हो रहा है, 2 इंटू 3 हो रहा है, वो यहाँ पे जाके हो रहा है 6 इंटू 2, प्लस होता जा रहा है सब कुछ, ठीक है। 2 2 4 और इंटू 6, 2 2 4 इंटू 6, ये रिटर्न होके प्लस होते जा रहे हैं सारे नंबर, इसलिए मैंने इनको इधर भी मतलब पास कर दिया है, ठीक है। आई एम श्योर देर इज़ अ बेटर वे टू डू दिस, बट आई जस्ट वांटेड टू गिव माय ओन सॉल्यूशन इंस्टेड ऑफ कॉपिंग समथिंग फ्रॉम यूट्यूब टुडे। आई हैव बीन डूइंग दैट अ लॉट लेटली। तो लेट मी जस्ट पेस्ट द कोड एज वेल जो मैंने लिखा था। इट गॉट सबमिटेड, ऑब्वियसली यू नीड टू मेमोराइज दिस, वरना सबमिट नहीं होगा। तो ये रहा कोड, सॉल्व फंक्शन, इसमें मैंने टाइप पास करा है, लेवल पास करा है और नंबर पास करा है। if level is equals to n, then I'm just simply returning my number, and क्या हुआ? okay, if my type level number in memo, this is just memorization, बाहर में जाए, answer is equals to 0, this is just to write clean code, otherwise I did do this ugly thing before, in fact I did it uglier than this। मैंने इसको नंबर को पहले इन दोनों में मल्टीप्लाई करा था, फिर ऐड करा था, तो मैंने इसको थोड़ा साफ करके लिखा है। तो आंसर इज इक्वल टू जस्ट नंबर इनटू सॉल्व। देखो, अगर मेरा टाइप 2 है तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? टाइप 2 गिव्स 3t2 एंड 2t1, तो 2t1, और ये है मेरा 3t2। टाइप 1 गिव्स 2t1 एंड 2t2, और इसको मेमो में स्टोर कर लिया है ये, और इसको मॉड लेके देना है बिकॉज आंसर वॉज वेरी लॉन्ग। एंड रिटर्न में क्या कर रहा हूँ? मेरा सॉल्व छोड़ो, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? 6t1 6t2, और उनकी रिकर्शन ट्री इधर से बनती जा रही है, ठीक है। इन दोनों को ऐड कर दो, आंसर रिटर्न कर दो, हो गया मेरा काम। लो, दिस गॉट एक्सेप्टेड, दिस बीट 21.95%, नॉट द मोस्ट एफिशिएंट सॉल्यूशन डेफिनेटली, इनफैक्ट इट्स मेमोरी में बहुत ही वाहियात, बट स्टिल वर्क्स आई गेस, ठीक है। तो यप, सॉल्व इट ऑन माई ओन, बाय बाय, दैट्स इट।